Welcome everyone, we are in Prospect Park. Look what's going on here, New York Philharmonic again. I guess we love classical music too much that we're chasing New York Philharmonic from Central Park to Prospect Park. We are in Prospect Park in Brooklyn, and this is where we are right now, of course. Let's see how we can situate ourselves. So hopefully the network will be better than before, and let's enjoy. Look, it's crowded. It is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Let's make it happen. Welcome everyone, and let's see how much of this we can enjoy. Thank you for being here. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, thank you. Have to really step over everything. Try not to step on anyone and be very careful. Don't forget to hit the like button, and thank you so much for that. And let's keep the fingers crossed for the network here in Prospect Park. All right. Let's be here. I hope the mosquitoes are not going to eat us alive. Hi, Michael M. Hi, Jose Marie. Hi, everyone. Let's go. It's horribly crowded, but it is super crowded. This is the middle of Prospect Park in Brooklyn, New York. Welcome to Brooklyn. Hopefully we will have... Hi, Angela. Is it buffering? Okay. Okay. Let me move a little bit and see if we can get a better signal. Wish me luck.
Good evening.
Wish me luck.
Good evening, Brooklyn. Great to see you all here. My name's Matthias Tarnopolsky. I'm the president and CEO of the New York Philharmonic, and what an enormous pleasure to welcome all of you to our Concerts in the Parks presented by Didi and Oscar Schaefer. This extraordinary gift to New York City is now 60 years old, but
Thank you, Michael.
But this year's concerts are particularly notable as they introduce you all and all of us to the brilliance of Gustavo Dudamel, the orchestras, and indeed New York City's future music and artistic director. We are so happy to be able to have him here with us today in the New York Philharmonic right here in Prospect Park. Gustavo brings a joyful determination to connect with the entire
Please hit the like button,
City,
share, and
he'll be listening
subscribe
to you
if you're new.
as
Welcome.
as he and the musicians of the New York Philharmonic hope you'll be listening to us. It's June, which is an important month, so we wish everybody in the LGBTQ+ community Happy Pride Month.
Hey Joyce, hi.
It takes a village to bring these concerts to the stage in the boroughs of New York, and I'd like to take a moment to thank some really close and dear collaborators, Didi and Oscar Schaefer, who have presented these concerts since 2007, New York City's Departments of Cultural Affairs, which help support our Concerts in the Park, the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation, the New York City Police and Fire Departments and EMS first responders, Brooklyn Borough President Antonio Reynoso, the New York City Council and the New York State Council on the Arts, the Prospect Park Alliance, and the Volunteer Council of the New York Philharmonic. Thank you all. And a round of applause to Belfast and Brooklyn resident Oliver Jeffers, the artist who created these beautiful banners commissioned especially for the occasion. Shout out to Oliver. Now let me introduce to you with great pleasure Prospect Park Alliance President Morgan Monaco. Welcome, Morgan.
Good evening, Brooklyn! Welcome to Brooklyn's backyard, your park, beautiful Prospect Park. I am Morgan Monaco and I am the president of the Prospect Park Alliance. We are the nonprofit that helps to care for the beautiful Brooklyn's backyard in partnership with the City of New York and the amazing NYC Parks Department. I want to welcome you to truly one of my favorite events of the entire year. I look forward to this evening all year. This series has been an iconic New York summer experience in Prospect Park for decades, providing a one-of-a-kind opportunity to hear world-famous classical music under the stars and not raining. Tonight would only be made possible without the support of the New York Philharmonic. I want to thank them for their generous support of this free concert series across all 5 boroughs, and in particular, Dee Dee and Oscar Schaefer, and President and Chief Executive Officer, who you just heard from, Matthias Tarnopolsky. I want to thank NYC Parks, our very close partners who helped to set up the park for tonight and helped to provide all of the amenities. And I want to thank all of you, all of our park community, all of our supporters, all of our members. Thank you for being what is part of what makes the park so special. Without further ado, enjoy the show.
Let's enjoy it. Please chat as much as you want. I probably will be quiet.
Thank you
We have
ever
several
so much,
cameras
Morgan.
here. So when the music starts,
as I
will
said,
be
it takes
quiet.
a village, and if you want to help keep the music going, please go to nyphil.org/donate, and you can make a donation, and we accept donations no matter how large, everyone. We'd love to welcome you to our home, David Geffen Hall at Lincoln Center, throughout the year. And we've got a special giveaway for everyone coming to our parks concerts. So if you want to win a special package, including 4 tickets to a concert, dinner at Tatiana, one of the film concerts conducted by Gustavo. To learn more, go to your phone and sign up at nyphil.org/giveaway. Do so by June 9th for a chance to win this amazing giveaway for our concerts in David Geffen Hall. Now to the music you'll hear tonight. Concert begins with Tchaikovsky's glorious 4th Symphony. After the intermission, a movement from Arturo Sandoval's Concerto for Trumpet No. 2, with none other than Arturo Sandoval as soloist in addition to composer. He's a trumpet legend. He'll be with us on the stage here. After the Sandoval Trumpet Concerto, Gonzalo Grau's Odisea, with the incredible Jorge Glem playing the Venezuelan 4-string guitar, the Cuatro. Venezuela's in the house right here, I hear you. Kind of hear you. And then, to conclude the concert, the closing moments from Stravinsky's magnificent Firebird Suite. But if you clap loud enough at the end, there's going to be a surprise, which Gustavo will introduce to you at the end.
I'm putting my jacket on.
Shortly,
just in case.
we'll welcome to the stage with the amazing musicians of the New York Philharmonic, your New York Philharmonic, the wonderful Gustavo Dudamel, soon to be music and artistic director of the orchestra.
Don't forget to hit like, share, and
Before
subscribe.
that,
Thank you.
Please welcome Frank Wang, concert master of the New York Philharmonic. Enjoy the evening, everyone. Thank you.
This is the intermission, and after the intermission there will be second half, and second half, what is it, sports. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm reading the chat. I cannot respond to everything because, you know, there's several cameras here, so I'm trying to not to talk much, but this is absolutely fantastic. I don't know, I want to keep my fingers crossed until the end of the evening, and I don't want to move anywhere because I know this spot is magical. Even though it's an intermission, I'm going to give you 360, but I'm not going to move anywhere because this is deep into Prospect Park. We came from over there. That's the 15th Street stop on the F line and G line, but took the F from Manhattan, and it's very convenient, but then you have to walk like a mile until this point. But so what? This is so amazing.
Under the stars by thousands every year. The New York Philharmonic Concerts in the parks, presented by
R0, thank you,
have enchanted over 15 million music lovers since 1965.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your good words, and thank you for enjoying. You say I'm making you hungry. You're making me hungry too.
Programs, which range from our Philharmonic schools, residencies.
Don't forget to hit the like, and if you're new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button, subscribe to our channel, and thank you so much. This is New York Philharmonic.
Concert tickets to underserved communities. These programs are made possible by the generous support from you, our audience and advocates. To help the NYC share our love.
Just the other day, 2 days ago, 2 nights ago, we were in Central Park. There were thousands of people as well. Crowds crazy. This crowd is a little bit less because it's really a little bit off. Not everyone wants to travel from Manhattan, so it is a little bit more spacious. Not really, you know. I was walking through the basically layers, not layers, but you know, people were everywhere on the ground. It's just like basically everywhere. You just have to be very careful walking all over the place and not stepping on anyone, God forbid, a child or adult. But here I am, and I was very skeptical. This is intermission, by the way. Don't go anywhere far. I was very skeptical because I had a very painful experience with Central Park, and I was telling Delilah that, you know, what if it is going to flop again? I was like, people gonna make fun of me. She's like, I'm sending you good vibes. I'm sending you good vibes. I'm sending you, and here we are with good Delilah vibes. So, at least for the first hour of this stream, we want to all thank Delilah for good vibes, everybody, seriously. JJ, yes, this series of concerts, they are free, they are in parks, and at the end of each concert is a firework. So hopefully, when we're done with the concert in about an hour or so, what time is it? Let me see. 9 o'clock, yeah, so probably when the concert is over in about an hour or so, then they announced before the concert it's going to be a pause, and after that there will be fireworks. So I'm anxious to find out what it is going to look like. I hope you too. So here's the heads up. It's not just New York Philharmonic, it's also the fireworks at the end of it. So beautiful thing. Friday night, happy Friday. I hope the weekend will be full of joy and happiness to each and every one of you, but we're not done. We're right in the middle. And why? Thank you, Delilah. Straight out of Queens, hi. Thank you both kindly. You're welcome. I would not be able to stand this close by stage in Central Park because the crowds were maybe five times more, if not more than that. So it was really crazy around Great Lawn in Central Park. This is, I forgot how this lawn is called, but it has a name too. It's somewhere in the middle of Prospect Park, which is a beautiful park for us to explore at some point. But the end of it, we're gonna walk out with all these people to work. I don't know if they take the same train. That's gonna be pretty crowded, but hey, we will deal with that later, right? Because right now we're focusing on this beautiful event, and It is really breathtaking. You're welcome, Sunshine Wives. Sandra canceled. Brooklyn is the best. Hi, Sandra. John R., good to see you. Tyler C. So technically a conductor knows sign language. I'm not sure how to answer that. Technically, John, thank you so much. Love you all, and Delilah. And why? Oh, more fireworks. That's great. JJ, nice. Straight out of Queens, this wonderful. Cheers to Delilah. Angela, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here and enjoying. Thank you for chatting and sharing your memories. Thank you so much. Angel, way better than Central Park, I'm telling you. China Joe, you're welcome. Hi, China Joe. Knucklehead, bravo. Christian Hansen, good to have you here. Tyler C. Why does the back of the conductor's head remind me of Rod Stewart? Because it does look like Rod Stewart from the back. And why amazing. I think I caught up with Chad a little bit. Thank you so much for being here. If I missed someone, hi. Good Friday evening to all of you from Brooklyn, New York. We are in Brooklyn. Looks like they're going to reorganize the stage a little bit. Looks like they do a lot of preparation for that. So that's beautiful because it is going to be a little bit different from the first half of the concert. This is live from Brooklyn, New York. Thank you so much for enjoying. Hit the likes, don't forget. Austin, hi Austin. Thank you so much for the emojis. Good to have you here. Straight out of Queens. Lucky you have food. And you have snacks, and a lot of people are enjoying this with food and snacks and wine. Good for you. Good for you. I'm not that hungry, but this all makes me pretty hungry. So whenever we're done, I'm gonna go grab something, whatever I can find on the way back home. Straight out of Queens. I hope you and your wife have snacks there. My wife is not with me, unfortunately. Delilah is not here, but I'm here. And yes, she packed the snacks. Those snacks are gone. Bird food snacks. No, I'm kidding. Hey, Gloria. Good evening. Hey, Michael Pigeon. Hi, Michael. Awesome, exciting. Top Cat, the Simon and Garfunkel concert here last week, but I think that was Central Park, long time ago anyways. Straight out of Queens, Tyler C. Changes in dynamic are signaled with the second hand to indicate beats. An upward motion, palm up, indicates crescendo. Downward motion, palm down, indicates diminuendo. Thank you so much for the explanation. I wish he was here with me, I wish. Straight out of Queens, bird food snacks. Yeah, we have this internal joke on this channel, in this chat. Oh, bird food. John is like, ooh, bird food. Delete the word bird. Ooh, food. Straight out of Queens, to me, concert in the park is not complete without wine, cheese, crackers, grapes, and some black olives, and some refreshing fruit. Oh wow, this is really upscale. Sandra had Cornish hen and macaroni and cheese. And I made a wonderful smoothie. Angela, Sandra, that sounds wonderful. In the meantime, it's dark. It is dark. We see the moon. It's not a full moon yet, but every day it's getting fuller and fuller. John R. has stuffed green bell peppers, yum, earlier by stuffers. It was delicious. Anyway, welcome everyone. Thank you all for being here, enjoying this musical evening. JJ, a lot of people that picnic like that. A lot of people are picnicking here, like behind. This is, I don't know if there's a chair, so they probably have tickets or some sort of VIP area. But behind there, everyone is sitting on the grass, on the blankets, picnicking, enjoying themselves. Life is good. And the picnics are wonderful. And I had a white frosted cupcake too. Yum! Unfortunately, we cannot sit deep into stage because we don't have any elevation, but a lot of instruments. New York Philharmonic, legendary New York Philharmonic, playing in the parks. This is amazing. You know, there's so many events in New York that you can actually attend for free, like a lot. And this is great because not everyone can afford buying tickets. And also,
I'm Tom Wu, assistant principal viola in the New York Philharmonic.
At the same time, it is such a different setup.
Our concert in beautiful prospect. The New York Philharmonic Concerts cuts are presented by Didi and Oscar. Gustavo Dudamel conducts this year's concerts. The program includes Tchaikovsky's Symphony No. 4, followed by intermission. After that, the orchestra will perform third movement of Arturo Sandoval's Composition No. 2, with Sandoval himself as trumpet soloist.
Wow, we're going to have a fantastic second half of the concert after the intermission.
The concert concludes with Solo Dance, Lullaby, and Finale from Stravinsky's Firework. New York Philharmonic Concerts and Parks are supported in part by public funds from the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs in partnership with the City Council and the New York City Council on the Arts, with the support of the Office of Governor and New York State Legislature. The original artwork for this year's series was commissioned from Northern Irish artist Oliver Jeffers. After the performance, please enjoy the fireworks by Centauri's world-famous fireworks. There will be a brief delay between the end of the concert and the fireworks display.
There will be a brief delay between the end of a concert and fireworks.
Which includes information.
I thought maybe they will be playing something, you know, performing some piece, and fireworks will be shooting up in the sky at the same time, but they will separate that. Which is fine. Absolutely fine. will we see the fireworks from here? I hope the stage is not gonna.
You to share your concerts in the parks.
It's not gonna block the view, but it will be up in the sky there anyways, no matter what.
The parks department has access to remind you.
But perhaps I will step back a little bit, just a little bit, toward the end of the concert. We have some space here. Center in New York during the summer, they have many activities that are for free on the itinerary. Yep.
Thank you and enjoy this evening's performance.
Sierra Queens, I think Gustavo does a lot of Tchaikovsky and Stravinsky. Center music and fireworks would be very beautiful, yep. But at the same time, it would kind of overlap the music, so I guess they decided not to do that. Also, maybe for security reasons, whatever the case may be. Enjoy the best piece for fireworks is the 1812 Overture. You're right. You're absolutely right. They can even design the fireworks shooting up in the sky with the same rhythm and the same pace as that piece. But that would be top of the line, of course. Salquera saw him over here when he brought the Venezuelan youth orchestra over straight out of Queens. Long Meadow Park in Prospect Park. That's probably where we are. I guess. All right, it's almost there. Almost the beginning. Sierra Queens, I love Edward Grieve, one of my favorites. Sandra, we appreciate you very much for making these videos. God bless you. Thank you so much, Sandra. By the way, there are lots of good stuff on Sunday. It's more than one stream we're planning with Delilah. There are so many different options, but we will choose several. So if you get notification, of course, you know what's up. Be subscribed with all notifications. Thank you. All right, they're waiting for the conductor, I guess. And everybody else too. And the moon and the clouds. Hey, Jonah, what's up? We are in Prospect Park, New York Philharmonic. We are going to be quiet when they start playing. Performing. I apologize. Performing. No worries, Angela. No worries. Thank you so much. Thank you for enjoying whatever needs to be done. Thank you, thank you. Sandra, it looks very dramatic.
noches, Brooklyn. Good evening. I hope you are having the same fun that we are having here on the stage. It's such a special journey through all of this beautiful music, going through the beauty of the power of music with this amazing, wonderful orchestra, the New York Philharmonic. It's such a privilege for all of us to be tonight playing for you, and we have one more thing. Maybe we have to talk a lot about this person because maybe you don't know about him, because he is an amazing young promise in some sport that he does, but also as an amazing musician. Let's welcome Bernie Williams. We are playing a piece, an amazing composition by Bernie called Moving Forward. Enjoy.
hope you've enjoyed tonight's New York Philharmonic Concerts in the Parks, presented by Dee Dee and Oscar Schaefer. But the show's not over. The fireworks display will begin in just a few moments. Thank you for your patience. Learn more about the New York Philharmonic at nyphil.org.
All right. I think this is a fantastic evening. I wish Delilah was here with me. This is just incredible. Thank you so much for responding. This is awesome. Are you going to Livestream tomorrow for Philharmonic in Canyon Park, Queen Saturday, June 7th? No, I will not be able to most likely do it. Most likely not.
The fireworks display will begin in just a few moments. Thank you for your patience.
Los fuegos artificiales comenzarán en unos pocos minutos. Agradecemos su paciencia.
Alright, we're ready for the fireworks. Let me maybe zoom out a little so we can see the sky. Oh, you're welcome. You're very nice.
We hope you have
I'm in
enjoyed
Disney.
tonight's New York Philharmonic Concerts in the Parks, presented by Dee Dee and Oscar Schaefer. But the show's not over. Fireworks display will begin in just a few moments. Thank you for your patience. Learn more about the New York Philharmonic at nyphil.org.
Alright, we're all. But which way are the fireworks? This way? Thank you. Thanks so much. They say it's this way. Where the moon is, whoa.
The fireworks display will begin in just a few moments. Thank you for your patience.
All right, this is a beautiful, beautiful skyline. Let's make it happen. We'll talk a little bit later, but right now we are focusing.
音乐会结束后和烟花表演之间会有一个暂的演示。
How do people use those porta potties in such a dark conditions? They have to have a flashlight, like the phones or something. Or God forbid they step in the wrong direction. Is that a drone? No, it's an airplane, but it does look like funny drone, but it's not. It's just an airplane coming this way.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's New York Philharmonic Concerts in the Parks, presented by Dee Dee and Oscar Schaefer. But the show's not over. The fireworks display will begin in just a few moments. Thank you for your patience. Learn more about New York Philharmonic at nyphil.org.
Yes, yes, yes. Fireworks. Tell everybody we're about to see the fireworks. And then all the thousands of people will walk out of here. There's going to be some sort of scenery. I'm not sure.
The fireworks display will begin in just a few moments. Thank you for your patience.
I'm not sure how the signal will be on our way from the park to the subway, but I'm planning to continue running the camera, of course. We can chit-chat in the meantime, but right now we are waiting for the fireworks. Fireworks in Brooklyn! Fireworks in Prospect Park, Brooklyn, after the New York Philharmonic Concerts. I would call it New York Philharmonic and Friends.
We hope you've enjoyed tonight's New York Philharmonic's Concerts in the Parks, presented by Dee and Oscar Schaefer.
The stage has been...
not over. The fireworks display will begin in just a few moments. Thank you for your patience. Learn more about the New York Philharmonic.
I think I smell wine. People are having a good time around here. Good for them. Oh, look at me. Ha ha. I will try to record it with a higher definition because I love fireworks. The music was
Los
over.
fuegos artificiales comenzarán en unos pocos minutos. Agradecemos su paciencia.
Thank you so much, everyone. Don't forget, hit the like if you did, and if you did, thank you, thank you. Also, please subscribe to our channel if you're not subscribed yet. Take this moment as we're enjoying the view of the moon and about to see the fireworks. Patience, patience. It's a little bit cloudy, but not horrible. Thank God no rain and absolutely wonderful temperature. It's getting really hot during the day, but right now it's super pleasant, a little breezy, and breezy, not breathy, breezy.
The fireworks display will begin in just a few moments. Thank you for your patience.
These are the longest few moments ever. Sunshine flowers, porta potties, hell to the no. Hey, anyway, Else Friday fireworks from Prospect Park. Else Friday fireworks from Prospect Park.
希望你喜爱今晚由伊比Oscar Schaefer 赞助的纽约爱乐公园音乐会。演出尚未结束，烟花表演即将开始。感谢您的耐心等待。
And this is a great point.
NYC.org 了解更多有关纽约爱乐乐会的信息。烟花表演马上就要开始了，感谢您的耐心等待。
Any New York Trini vibes? This is why live streams are not as smooth and as edited videos, but this is the beauty of it. Shows you everything in real time. Top Cat 3:20 a.m. Wow, finally defeated. But thanks to Al, all the mods and John, straight out of Queens.
The fireworks display will begin in just a few moments. Thank you for your patience.
And everyone for your great company. Good night, Top Cat. Thank you so much. Great chat. Thank you for your participation, I should say, very officially, but thank you. It's been great. We'll see you again next time. Have a wonderful whatever's left of the night. 3:20. Wow, this is really late. I'm glad you stayed, and thank you so much for enjoying New York Philharmonic in Prospect Park, Brooklyn. Good night. But for everybody else, we're still here. We're still here.
Los fuegos artificiales comenzarán en unos pocos minutos. Agradecemos su paciencia.
Straight out of Queens, it's been great. Thank you.
The fireworks display will begin in just a few moments.
That's
Thank you for your
annoying.
patience.
Just shush and just start it already. Come on, oh God. All this impatient New Yorkers here. Not everybody knows which way to look. I don't know what happened. But we'll figure it out. We have 360 view.
The fireworks display will begin in just a few moments. Thank you for your patience.
Coffee Mama, hi, you gotta watch this replay later. L, tell them how you really feel. They don't want to know how you really feel. Wait, I see the lights in the sky there, but those are not fireworks. Yeah. Oh no, this is something else. Those are the guys who work on stage. Never mind. How you really feel? I want to see the fireworks. This is unacceptable. Where is the manager? Who is the manager? Wow, did you see that? Did you see that? Now, look at all these people. It's plenty of light, at least here. It's easier to get out of here when it's lit. At least they know what's going on. And gives us the opportunity to show you the crowds, what's left of them. Not everyone stayed for the fireworks, but that side of the lawn is the same exact as packed as, and behind there is packed, and there is packed. We have to kind of keep right. So let's slowly but surely walk out of here. This is the stage right there. Straight out of Queens by all. We're still running though. Stefano Bautista, Robarini, great show. Thank you. You're welcome. Stylish. Always good to see you. Thanks, El. This was awesome. Neo 99. More. It was over 6 minutes long. Tony Marine. Hi, Tony. New York literally does everything better. Especially if you stand near the fireworks. They're so spectacular. Straight out of Queens. Okay, that's it. It's been fun, folks. Have a good rest. You too, Claudette. I wish I was still living in Brooklyn to be there in that beautiful concert. Good souvenir. Of the 70s. You know, eat your heart out, Disney fireworks. Yeah, eat your heart out, Disney fireworks. All right. So no one is in a rush apparently. Okay, that's good. I'm sure a lot of these guys live around here, and it's a walking distance for them. At least we can walk now, but all this space here was like that. Blankets and people sitting on the ground. That's picnicking. That is very interesting people watching of sorts. I wish there was more light, but it's still not bad. You can see what's going on. Stylish Bonnie, that was awesome. Love seeing events in New York City during warm weather. Austin City Limits. Wow, thank you so much for the super sticker. Austin City Limits. Thank you for everything you do, for all your help, for all of your support, for being a member, and for sending us these beautiful tokens of appreciation. Thank you for your super sticker, Austin City Limits. If anyone else feels that they just saved a lot of money on a concert they enjoyed so much, and they want to support Delilah, myself, and our channel, Live Walking NYC, you are more than welcome to use super chats, super stickers, Ko-Fis, VENMOs. Links are everywhere. Thank you.
Well, I didn't say what. We could have been second finger.
Thank you so much, Austin City Limits. Thank you. I'm trying not to lose the sense of direction, and I will not. And if I will, I'll figure it out. But there's only one way for me out of here, is the train. The F train back to the city. And Mike, thank you so much. Austin City Limits. Judy, that is lovely. John, no, thank you, John. Keep it. You need it. But thank you.
Me too.
Neil 99 reporting on L again. And why? L's lost. Help! I just go with the flow. This is really a flow. Look at this.
Oh yeah, let's not get separated.
Really going with the flow. Now we're joining the movement. Look at this. They're all, my goodness gracious, you know what happens? They're all taking the same train. F, pardon the pun. I have to take the F train. So they are all aft. That's a good joke. I like it myself. Wow, and I usually don't. Coffee Mama, everyone, please hit the like button on your phone. It's free, and subscribe. Thank you so much, Coffee Mama. Austin, Alice, awesome. Live in NYC is the greatest channel. Thank you. We're really happy that you guys enjoying what we do. This is probably because we're enjoying this stuff. You would not be able to drag you behind, right, in the middle of Prospect Park at night, standing there by stage and be bored, and then knowing that on the way back you're going to be a part of this multi-thousand crowd of people taking the same train and trying to get back home. So I think I'm looking the same way I came from. Like majority of people doing the same thing, so they will have, what else can be done? This is only one way out of here to the subway. Sunshine was wonderful concert, awesome fireworks. What more? Whoops. What more can you ask for? Thank you so much, Ellen Delilah. Thank you so much for helping us always and supporting us. Thank you. Sunshine Vibes. Look. The stage is right down there. Listen, I'll be sure you and Delilah something good to eat tonight. Yes. Absolutely. Wait, which way is subway? I'm lost. But not really. I'm gonna ask. Excuse me, sir, which way is the F train? Thank you so much. Thank you. This is all the F train crowd. Look at this. If you lost, sorry. If you lost, ask the police officer. I just don't want to make a wrong turn, and walk like this until you find yourself on the opposite side of the park 5 miles later. not at this hour. Wow. What a scene! Look at this. Now, if I hope this is the direction, but if it's not, we'll be alright. Because once we get out of the park, we'll figure it out. Homemade ice pops.
Yeah. What flavor would you want? Mango was our best seller. Long going. That we have. Give me a minute. You want to hold this up?
Oh, look, Al went in the circle. Not yet, but probably soon. Oh, the people picnicking here, for real. I don't remember. I'll tell you one thing. I don't remember these tables. And the path is really long. So, but you know, that's at this point we just need to get out of here. Either way, we'll be fine. Look at this. Tony Marine, imagining everyone there just busting out with real dance. Yeah. Ahmad. Stylish Bunny, that's what I was thinking. They will never know what happened to them. Now I see the exit. I see the land. All right. Everyone is very organized. No screaming, no pushing, at least here. No one lost there, you know. I guess the music has a very therapeutic functionality. It was really awesome concert. All kidding aside. To get this type of performance and not to pay for it, this is that's a beautiful thing. This is why so many people are here, because this same performance somewhere in Carnegie Hall, or you know, you name it, you can only imagine how much you would get per ticket, and pay per ticket.
We'll be home before you know it.
All right, yeah, you know, this is a different. It's a different exit. But that's cool because we'll be fine. I haven't seen the map. I'm just curious. This is the map that will not tell me where I am, probably. Yeah, so what's the point of the map? This is a huge park. What's the point of the map when it doesn't show where you are located on the map? But no big deal. More fun for us.
I'm right here, Jason.
ADC. This is Prospect Park and West. Prospect Park West and 9th Street. Alright. I'm not super lost. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. Let me just... You. Oh, this is me. Cute. Alright. And I'm looking at... Oh, I see Grand Army Plaza this way. Okay. And. and F3 is behind me. Oh, this map is really helpful. Assuming that the map is pointed in the right direction. So it's 9th Street and 15th Street. Alright, goody. So I just need to make sure that the numbers of streets increasing from 9 to 15, and at 15th Street there will be subway. This is Prospect Park scenic landmark. Alright. So we almost know where we are. Ice cream truck there. So let's just walk a block, and if we sit on 10th Street, 11th Street, then we move in the right direction. If not, we'll reverse. Something tells me we're going in the right direction. I'm looking at the stage to the left, the angles and everything. More likely. Most likely, I should say. So here's Prospect Park West for you at night, on Friday night. Just regroup my stuff a little bit. And we'll continue walking to the subway. Thank you for keeping me company. I know it's late, but it's not horrible here in our time zone. But if you're watching us from across the pond in Europe, it's almost in the middle of the night, almost. Thank you so much for watching. Oops. Alright, okie doke, let's go. It's nice, it's pleasant, it's fresh, it doesn't feel humid.
Not like it's not an endorsement.
A Raiders Queen. So now we're having a pleasant walk toward the subway. It's a good thing because there won't be as many people around that part of Central Park. You know, that station is located exactly where the Brooklyn St. Patrick's Day Parade was taking place a few months ago. March, right? April, May, June. Almost 3 months ago. Wow, time flies. In fact, I think this is one of the streets where we're exploring, walking in the opposite direction. If this is where I think I am, and it's probably the case. I think more light and more space down the line, so that is probably that area where the subway station is. Fireworks were awesome, but New York Philharmonic was off the hook, and not, you know, they collaborated with other musicians and composers, and this is just amazing what they can do together. Just fantastic, just unbelievable. Thank you for the weather. Where is 19076? Interesting. Thank you so much for the weather. 71, 22 Celsius. Humidity is 79%, but it doesn't really feel bad. We're streaming for 2 hours and 52 minutes. Whoa. Time flies when you enjoy what you do, or when you have fun. Funfies, hi, fireworks. You gotta watch your play. not so long ago, 20 minutes ago. After the concert. And while Al will sneak in and pretend he was there all night long. Funny. See, here we are in Brooklyn again. And we saw fireworks in Brooklyn, in Prospect Park. I've recorded it on my other camera at higher definition, so if the video looks cool, we'll publish it separately. At some point, of course. And why I did a fantastic job, thanks much. Yep, we are moving in a correct direction. Nighthawk Cinema. Or is it a theater? Nighthawk. Across the street. John, are you getting tired by now? Maybe a tiny bit, but not horrible. I was standing all the time, not walking. Yeah, it is a movie theater. Oh, people are it's late too. Still going into the movies. Funfields, no, it's Brooklyn, it's Prospect Park. Looks very familiar, I mean very similar, like designed by same, not entirely, but you know, same people I should say. That's the subway right here. We are by the subway. This is Prospect Park West and Bartel Pritchard Square. I don't know if you remember, you don't have to, but the ending of the St. Patrick Parade in Brooklyn was happening in this circle. The parade went there, then it made a right, then another right, and walked back here, made a huge circle. And then here they were parading and dancing, and the grandstand was right here. How the things change all the time. And this is the entrance I walked into the park from. That's why it didn't look familiar enough, but luckily we didn't end up being too far from subway. So, okie dokie. 10:56 in New York, almost 11 o'clock. I'm past my bedtime, so I'm not gonna fall asleep on the train. Thank you so much, everyone, for enjoying New York Philharmonic with us in Prospect Park. Thank you so much for your time, for being here, for enjoying our channel. Please recommend our channel to your friends and family on your social media. Share the word, spread the word, and share the information, the links. Let them subscribe as well. We are approaching Sunday. Sunday is a big day in New York, and not just in Manhattan, so Queens and pretty much all 5 boroughs. There's so many things going on. We will have to carefully pick and choose and deliver you the best of we can deliver. Thank you so much for believing in our channel, liking our channel, and enjoying our channel. We are here for you, with you, and because of you. Thank you so much for following, for subscribing, for subscribing, and for giving us so many likes and for supporting us whenever you can. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our amazing moderators, Austin City Limits, thank you. Sunshine Vibes, thank you. And Why, thank you. Nova Sweetness, thank you. Ambrose, thank you. And Ori, thank you. Thank you, our amazing moderators. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to say good night from Brooklyn, New York. And as we always say, we will see you later. We will see you sooner rather than later. Have a wonderful rest of the night or beginning of a new day, depending on where you're watching us from. And with all that, good night, everyone. Sweet dreams from Brooklyn, New York. Bye-bye.